What's going on, everybody? Back at you with another one. Today we're going to check out the part 2 of the Bootleg Kev NBA Youngboy interview. So let's check it out. Please like the video, sub to the channel. All damn good times. Shout out Bootleg Kev for the original source video. Go check that out, and let's dive into it.
What's your favorite Disney movie of all time?
The Little Vampire.
You talking about, I don't know The Little Vampire. Transylvania?
It's kind of old. It's about the kids. I think he stays in Switzerland or some shit. And the little...
It's a Disney movie?
I watched it on Disney when I was little.
Oh, shit. So we're like far apart in age. Well, not too far. 12 years. I don't age myself too much, but when I was growing up, it was Lion King, Aladdin, Toy Story.
Yeah.
Those were the ones.
Wait, so Toy Story, that...
You can tell YB fucks with him because he's just got the kid crawling around. He's just, he's super at home right now. Just got his buddy at his house.
Oh,
yeah. Thanks, buddy.
damn. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, what'd he say?
Oh, yeah. Those were the ones.
Wait, so Toy Story, that... Oh,
yeah. Thanks, buddy.
damn. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize, man. No disrespect.
No, it's all good. I'm old as fuck. I get it. I'm washed, man.
Dude, I tell you what, I just turned 34, and it's the weirdest thing in the world. Like, I was watching a Harry Mack video the other day. It's like all these dudes pop in there like, oh, dude, he's like 30. Before he started rapping, he pop in there like, it's just so funny because I remember being like 17 and thinking 30, but I tell you what, dude, when they say when you graduate high school and shit like that, they're like, oh, welcome to the real world. You just start getting money and experience, and people like all of a sudden one day somebody's like, like the valet at a hotel or somebody like calls you sir or some shit like that, or I don't know. And you're like, oh shit, I'm an adult.
Yeah, Toy Story's that old, the first one at least. So how's the bread?
Whatever age you is. So no.
Do you wanna wear the hat? The first Toy Story came out probably when I was like, I want to say like 8 years old, maybe 9. So it's definitely old school, but I don't know. You got it? Go put it on, man. Show everybody my fucked up hair.
You've been a bully.
He's fine. Babies are gonna baby, man. For you, man, talk about fatherhood and how, obviously you do have a lot of children. Yeah. And I've been around you to see in a short amount of time that you're a great father. How important is fatherhood to you, man?
Not really big on it.
What do you mean by that? You're not big on it. Like you're a fan.
Look at Kev's face.
Not really big on it.
Oh, that's gonna be a meme right there. I'm not really big on it. So be like, how do you feel about paying taxes? I'm not really big on it.
Be honest.
As his kid. Oh man, that's funny.
What do you mean by that? You're not big on it. Like you're a family man. I'm here with you. I see it.
Yeah, but I'm only out. I'm only like in here because you here.
Kev's at home. He's doing damage control right now.
Oh, well, I don't believe
It's
you.
a crazy topic because I'm not the type like to sugarcoat nothing. But I'm 4 walls.
Oh, bro, we're 2 minutes in and this is nuts. What the fuck?
All day. Every day.
When you say 4 walls, you mean locked in?
Yeah.
Just honed in on the music?
Mm-hmm.
Recording?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Take
What?
the hat. I don't mind.
What was this?
Because you here.
Oh, well, I don't believe you.
He's like, I'm only on my couch because you're here. I'd feel so weird at this point. Maybe I don't want to hang out with you, boy.
Crazy topic because I'm not the type like to sugarcoat nothing. But I'm 4 walls all day. Every day.
When you say 4 walls, you mean locked in?
Yeah.
Just honed in on the music?
Shit, I'd rather hang out with my 9 babies than fucking Tyrone in prison. Tell you that much.
Recording?
Yeah.
I got to figure out why the fuck he's on house arrest. Like, I started kind of diving into some diss tracks, and I saw some comments, people talking about like shootouts with, I don't know, I don't even know if I should, whatever. We'll dive into it. We'll get educated.
You can take the hat. I don't mind.
We bond a lot, but I'm mostly literally inside.
Working.
No. No matter if I'm watching TV, I'm just sitting there all day. I'm stuck inside just one room. I don't really travel this house like that.
So even in your own home, you'll be stuck in one room.
Man, I don't know. Like,
He wants the hat. He can take the
man,
hat.
Jason is dude.
Let him take the hat. He wants it. He can have it. So even at home, I mean, obviously we're in a beautiful house right now. You have a beautiful home. You'll still kind of just stick to one room in the house.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why is that, you think, man?
This dude outside. You see that? Like
What do you think?
Right here. He's just sipping a beer
Why
outside.
is that, you think, man?
I don't know. I would say I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm going through a lot. I'm just me.
Do you find yourself, I've heard you refer to the music as therapy. I am going to need this hat, actually, because this is bright.
Dude, that's so funny. My pasty eyes, when I saw the sun beaming into that, I was like, oh man, that looks brutal. I wouldn't be able to do this interview with the sun in my eyes like that. Like, look, I'm wearing sunglasses right now. Like, I want to wear these right now because this is blaring in my face, but I don't know if it's going to reflect in the camera and being annoying for you. That's how considerate I am. But it's 6 o'clock in the evening and I'm still running around with shades because when you look like this, when you lack the melanins, actually, this is so nice wearing these with this bright ass light. I'm going to keep them on. Actually, I don't know. I got to figure out if it reflects in the camera or not. Now I finally have some footage.
Do you feel like being alone in your thoughts is a form of therapy for you?
It's kind of my way of staying sane.
Being by yourself, being secluded, relaxing. Is it watching TV? Is it writing? Is it?
I don't do no writing. Yeah, watching TV or in a video game.
What is your go-to movie, TV?
He needs a journal, bro. If you guys are going through some shit, you just got to sit down, put pen to paper, and just start writing shit down. Because then you get it out. It feels like you're talking to somebody without actually, like, being vulnerable.
TV show. Like, what about TV shows? Like, what are you watching? What are you binge watching? What's Youngboy binge watching?
Man, I'm boring.
So what do you watch?
Nothing but old shit.
What's old to you? Because what's old to you might be...
Like, I watch The Sopranos.
I knew it. I was going to say that, but I feel like I bring up The Sopranos every video. I was going to be like, he watches The Sopranos, but I haven't even watched The Sopranos in like 10 years. I don't know what it is.
Greatest, maybe top 2 show ever.
Number 1 is Breaking Bad.
I watched The Godfather just back to back.
All 3? Mm-hmm. Third one's the worst one, right? I think it's like 1,
It's
2...
kind of the best to see his growth, but you learn that, like, it kind of give you the thought of that's why you need to stay dangerous.
I almost feel like he's kind of a contrarian at this point, but also, I relate to Youngboy in a lot of ways, and I think at this point his social battery's kind of drained because he was so nice on the horse. I can only hang out with people for like a half hour. For like a half hour, I'm like, all right, I need to go back to my fucking hole.
That's true.
That's why you need to stay dangerous.
So you love Sopranos.
Come on. In or out? Come on. This fucking cat, dog. Come on. Okay, fine. Dude, that cat drives me nuts.
Sopranos.
Yeah.
What about Breaking Bad? Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah, I watched that with my wife.
I feel like me and Kev are the same person.
A couple episodes. Probably, yeah, a couple episodes. I like it.
Breaking Bad's crazy. The Wire's another one. If you love Sopranos,
I watched The Wire too.
did you finish it?
Yeah, I watched it twice. The whole every
Me too.
season.
Me too. I just rewatched it when the pandemic first started. I showed my wife, and it made me realize, like, I don't know, it just got better the second watch. Like Omar Little.
I tried watching that shit. I tried watching, like, one night I got drunk and I bought a fedora off a homeless guy. Don't ask, I'm nuts. And so I bought the fedora off this homeless guy and I was just wearing it. And then somebody made The Wire reference, something about like wearing fedoras. So I went and bought The Wire, but then I was watching it. It was like the frame rate, it was like square, and it was driving me nuts how it was square on the TV, and I just turned it off. So I got to go back and revisit that.
Has got to be one of the greatest like TV characters ever. Like, who was your favorite character on The Wire?
Bodie.
Bodie, man. The story of Bodie, man. Shout out to Bodie. And he lasted so long in the show, too.
Yeah, he just ain't catch his cut at the right time.
He didn't, man. That's real. I feel like somebody should do, it could be you, anybody should do a song from the perspective of Bodie. Like, I think that would be crazy. Because Bodie was, he hung around. He survived for so long in that show.
Yeah, they hard too. It was fucking over on bad.
For sure. That's dope, man. Yeah, so The Wire is my favorite show of all time. What about video games? What are you playing right now?
Watch Dogs.
Love Watch Dogs.
Red Dead.
I feel like to talk to Youngboy, like, I think he's almost tired of talking about himself. I like how Kev is talking about other things. Like when I watched the $1 million worth of game, they're just like, oh, bro, you got 80 acres. You're doing all, like, they just kept talking about him. And he was just kind of like, there's a sense of humility about him. He's kind of a humble guy, you know? I've heard from the music I've listened to, he never really talks about, like, he'll wear his jewelry and shit in the video, but he's never really bragging about anything. I feel like he's a very, like, humble guy in a weird way, and I feel like he almost gets weird about talking about himself. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
And Madden.
Red Dead Redemption is amazing. We were talking earlier about it when you were on your horse, but if you're on Madden, what squad are you picking this year?
I've been running with the Dolphins a lot.
Tyreek Hill is a cheat code, right?
Yeah, that team is like strictly speed on offense.
My son murders me with Tyreek Hill every single time.
He's kind of hard to guard.
He's like the wide receiver Mike. So back in the day, Mike Vick.
That's so funny. I bet you things have swapped now. Because I remember when I was a kid, I'd play video games with my dad. My dad would just smash me at Madden. So it's funny to see how that's swapped now.
When he was in Madden, Mike Vick was kind of the cheat code in Madden. What's up, man? And I feel like Tyreek Hill this year is the cheat code. Get a high five?
No.
High five?
That's motherfuckers shoveling snow out here.
Man, I miss having a 1-year-old. My son's 18. My son just turned 18. I got a little grown-ass man.
Wait, what the fuck? I thought Kev was like 38 and he's got 18. I mean, I guess people have kids young. I need to guess the fucking any of you bitches out there that want to make some kids. Hit me up.
That's his favorite word.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pound it. There we go.
Yeah.
You're learning your words. You want the hat again? You can have it for a sec. It's bright, though. Hey, what up, y'all? I'm excited because I'm going to be flying to Tampa to DJ the Odd Sox, the Most Kev Podcast. I'm getting some underwear. 20 per WE. Underwear. There you go. Christmas. Bootleg. Also want to give it. Cool thing is, I mean it. Sugar Shot works. There's a last for King or in your life. Code bootleg.com. The back on my head. You're so polite.
I gotta do some research on Kev. I don't know anything about him. I thought he worked in radio, maybe. Maybe like I thought he was like a Hot 97 person or something like that. But he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. Probably has an interesting story too.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I wonder, man, like, you know, when we think of like Mount Rushmore of this rap shit, and like I told you earlier, you've kind of
He's such a character.
Done.
He's like the opposite of Rick Ross. You know, Rick Ross is always like Rose's funny, but he's always like, he's got to be so cool. Youngboy's the exact opposite. He just disposed the baby over his head. He's like, yep, I'm not too big on it. I'm rid of him.
Done something that not a lot of people have done, and you've been extremely successful in a very shallow business. Without being, kind of sticking to your beliefs, sticking to who you are the whole time. Are you kind of like self-aware?
He's got to be hot, dude. Well, he's wearing all the jackets. Remember in the little top video, he's wearing all the jackets. So, or just in general, he's wearing all the jackets. So he's riding. He's wearing the same tracksuit inside the house that he's wearing outside on the horse on Gravedigger Mountain.
Where to realize that like you are on the Mount Rushmore of like this hip hop shit that lasts like 10 years. Like you are like up there. You are the Pac of our generation for so many people.
I never seen them said, so it's like I got a long ways to go. I don't know. I just want to go into they said, and it's molded.
But who's they?
The industry.
Fuck.
You know what the industry is? That's the people.
I think so many people say it. Now, whether or not there are people who put together these end-of-the-year rap lists and these quote-unquote tastemakers, you have so many people.
They pay for all that shit. When you see these lists, the freshmen, the fucking people on the magazine, everything is fake, dude. Everything is bought. It's all fake. That's why Youngboy's dope, because it's authentic, because the people love him. Whenever you see the #1 single, like the label has unlimited funds, so they can go out and buy the single as many times as they want to put it on the bill. Like it's all paid for. When you see a model on the front of a cover, right, on the front of Sports Illustrated, their agency paid Sports Illustrated to put her on the cover. It's like if you buy a shout out from somebody on Instagram or like an ad on YouTube or something like that. It's all bought. Cloud is all bought. So when you see these like top 10 blah blah blah, it's all fake.
People, real people, going to work every day, taking care of their kids every day who say it. To me, that's the shit that matters.
Mm-hmm.
I be wanting a regular job sometimes.
No, you don't. It
Like
sucks.
a construction company.
Nope, you
I
don't.
just sit in the office every day, just all day.
Nope, you
Just
don't.
relax, be a regular person.
Done it. It's
If
terrible.
your employees are traveling, you have to try Navan. Navan is a travel and expense tool that works for you.
So if you could do any sort of regular job, it'd be having a construction company?
Yeah.
Could you ever see yourself retiring?
I hate it when rich people say that shit because it's like you never seen rich people give up their money and just go, Yeah, he's young. I'll let him have that one.
Is that even something? You're 24 years old. You have, I don't even know how many albums at this point. A lot. Could you ever see yourself, do you have thoughts about what happens after rap?
I'm kind of set on going in jail right now, so I don't really think about too much.
Hey, you want me to put you over here? When you say you're set on going to jail,
Where the
what
fuck
do you
did
mean?
the baby come
Like
from?
going back? Like you think that's just in your fate?
Imagine going from that house to a fucking jail cell, dude.
I guess that is my life. I don't let it bother me or no shit like that. You create the bed, you make the bed you lay. And
So that's kind of where your head's at when you think of the future. Still. That's interesting because I do think, shout out to Donnie Brasco that's on too right now. Shout out to Al Pacino, all-time GOAT. Well, I think that you are somebody who has an immeasurable amount of influence and moreover power when it comes to this rap shit. Like, I had this conversation, are you familiar with an artist named Lil Russell?
Lil Russell?
He's from Oakland. He does concerts in his backyard. Independent kid. Whoa. Okay, but we were talking
Look, he jumped more than Youngboy did.
concerts in his backyard. Independent kid. Whoa.
The dad senses kicked in strong.
Okay, but we were talking about it yesterday, and I was like, there's a few artists in this game who, if they went independent, could break the music industry and really kind of expose it, right? And you were one of those names. I think it's you, I think it's Drake, I think it's The Weeknd, who really have the power to kind of like shift the industry. You've already done it in such a way, especially when it comes to YouTube. But, you're one of them, bro. You're him, bro. Like, I think you definitely have a future outside of ending up back in jail.
Hey, I realize
See, I feel like he's tired of hearing it, dude. Ask him what his favorite dinosaur is or something.
I hate this shit.
Real life hate.
This shit take a toll on me.
So he's sick of it.
My wife.
He's been famous since he was like 16, dude. People are like, oh, you're that guy, you're that guy. Eventually, it's just like, oh my God, can I just be fucking whatever the hell his name is? What's his name? Carter or something? I don't know. That's Wayne.
Your kids. Just the music industry. Being famous.
I wouldn't blame it on the industry. It's all about how you go about it. And I'm not that strong.
Bro, he is showing alarming signs. These are very alarming signs. Like, I can't say the word on YouTube, but he's showing like Kurt Cobain signs.
It's important to be self-aware about, man.
I cry a lot. Literally. But I'm at a point I know it's okay. Like my wife, I don't know, bro.
How much therapy have you tried to go to? I know we talked earlier you've gone to rehab, but therapy is an important tool in anyone's box, not just yours, but anybody's box, to kind of deal with some. I mean, not everyone's as strong as we try to portray ourselves to be.
I tried it
I just gotta snuff this baby real quick.
when I was 18. It was court ordered, and I finished it.
Yeah, I think the court-ordered shit's different, though, Like, I think you could have... Do you remember... Listen, you're a Sopranos guy. Remember Tony had a therapist?
And he tried to fuck
Remember
her.
that?
I thought that shit was gonna get him killed before I actually finished the show.
For sure.
Yeah.
But Tony went to therapy, man, and it helped him deal with so much because, I always say this, like, for whatever reason, men in this world, we're not allowed to... Society they frown upon us being hurt.
Exactly. Just swallow that shit, dude. Nobody gives a fuck about your problems, bro. Just swallow that shit.
They frown upon us having feelings. We're supposed to hold it together. We're supposed to hold down the kids. We're supposed to hold down our wives. We're supposed to pay the bills.
Yep.
And I feel like if you're the head of your household, if you're the head of your crew, if you're the leader, who do you talk to? If
Nobody.
You're going through some shit. You know
Real
what I'm
one.
saying? Do you have that person, or do you just internalize it, put it out through the music?
I don't even love music to that point no more.
He's
I
being
run
kind
to
of a
the
contrarian,
microphone.
dude. He's kind of being like a kid that doesn't want to eat their vegetables at this point. He's kind of getting on my fucking nerves, to be honest.
And no, I don't got that person
I don't know how I'm going to make it through 45 minutes of this.
to talk to.
Watch sports with live TV like cable with YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
You okay?
I got to build a whole new payments integration. Months of...
I think everybody should find that person. I think you should try to go back to therapy, man. Because
I don't have that person. I get on YouTube and I make fun of videos.
I have it on this Saturday.
Oh, you do? Okay. You got to be able to talk to somebody who doesn't already have kind of like their mind made up about you or who can't benefit off you. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of get like you can kind of bare your soul to somebody. So.
Ma! Hey, I can smoke a cigarette in here? I can smoke a cigarette right here? I don't give a fuck about this. I'm trying to move in the middle of the water, kid.
Middle of the water?
Mm-hmm.
Island?
No. Like,
You want to be on a boat?
Yeah.
Nice.
And the only way you come to me if the helicopter fly off that bitch and grab you and come back.
I like that.
Like, lately, I want to live on the water.
I've honestly thought about that, living on a sailboat.
But I really like this bitch, like,
Except he has the money to do it. I'll be there, bro.
God, man, this bitch ain't even my playground.
Right.
Like, I have my own guest shit like that. Other than that, like,
Yeah.
I love how you know he paid for this house and he asked his mom for permission to smoke a cigarette. That's fucking sweet.
I don't travel this house.
That's crazy, man. So for you, like, because for people who don't know, you're very secluded where you are. When you say Gravedigger Mountain, like, we're literally...
I think that's honestly my dream, is just be rich enough, just be able to buy my mom a nice ass house and I can just live in like a room in the basement or something.
There's a mountain. You have a mountain. It's your mountain. But for you, like, secluding yourself even more is interesting. Just getting a houseboat, getting a yacht. Hey, if you want to see me, these are my coordinates. Pull up on a helicopter, we ain't talking.
I told my wife that last night. She asked me how I eat.
Fish.
I say fish. She said you can't eat fish all day.
Yeah, you can.
I said I get some food.
So he's the Kurt Cobain, dude. Kurt Cobain said it's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feelings.
Shipped to me, I guess.
Yeah, you would have to. Somebody would have to boat it to you. But that's not. I mean, I don't think that's unrealistic. Are you like?
That'd be awkward to go out there to do an interview. Like you go to his house and he's talking about how he just wants to be left alone. I'd be like,
Hey, you could tell that I was smoke, like Dodo smoke. Cover this part. I was like,
No, I could tell. Yeah, for sure. This is the first time you smoked in this part of the house.
man, actually, when I was looking for looking for this suit earlier, man, I walked out that fucking studio smoking a cigarette and I had to keep that door open.
How long have you smoked?
I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 7 years old.
Damn. My dad was like that. My dad tells everybody I've been smoking since I was 8. You want me to give this shit up? My dad got arrested when he was 9.
And I think
He tried to burn down his
my
house.
goddad, I think this nigga ran away from the army. But he can't, you know how you get a home pass, I guess?
Yeah.
And that motherfucker ran away to
I haven't wanted a cigarette in so long. Because I smoked for years and I haven't wanted a cigarette in so long. Watching this makes me want to fucking burn a heater.
New Orleans, because he didn't want to go back. So I guess during the time, like, as he was at the house, I used to be watching that nigga smoking cigarettes, and every time he throw that bitch out, I go grab
You
it.
grab it and you smoke what was left?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I did that one time. My dad threw a cigarette down. I was probably like 7. And I remember I picked that bitch up, I took a hit, and I was coughing so much I threw up. And my mom was like, see? That's what the fuck you get, picking up a fucking cigarette. And ever since then, I was out on it, man. I was out on it.
I just want to be better than yesterday.
It's important, man.
I know. And if I get this certain amount of money and run and go away, I would.
That's...
So for you...
That's crazy. You said if I get this certain amount of money, because you got to imagine how much money Youngboy has, right? Like, to all of us right now watching, being involved in this situation right here, if any of us had Youngboy money, we'd be like, okay, I fucking made it. It's crazy.
Your interest, like, it's almost like if I can get to this certain goal, whatever it may be, you're comfortable with just disappearing.
For sure, for sure.
See, and that's why, dude, like, I saw a Diplo interview the other day. Well, it's just like a clip on Instagram. He's like, you know, God didn't give me money until I knew I was ready for it. And I hear a lot of like, people are successful in their 30s and shit like that. They talk about, you know, like I didn't get the money until I was ready for it. Like it's almost a blessing because money just amplifies your personality. So when you get successful at such a young age, you know, that's why Lil Wayne is so impressive. It's so impressive that Lil Wayne has been able to maintain what he's done. And like rich kids, when people talk about, oh, this person has such a head start in life, yada, yada. Like, I'm envious of rich kids, but at the same time, there's a lot of rich kids. But then when you see rich kids like a Donald Trump or a fucking Elon Musk or something like that, right? There's a lot of other rich kids that just didn't do shit with their life because they had money early on. They had no drive and ambition. These guys had the drive and ambition, plus they had the resources, and then they did what the fuck they had to do, you know? Anyways.
Once all this behind me, move to Europe or some shit.
Once the legal stuff is out of your way,
Yeah,
we might
just
not hear from you.
all this put behind me. Oh, you gonna hear from me.
But we don't know where you are.
I think you always know where I'm at too.
Okay. It's been what, 3 years now since you've been dealing with the current situation? Almost 3?
Yeah.
Is it wearing on you yet, man? I'm sure at times it's got to be tough to kind of just feel confined. I mean, obviously you have a nice place, but it's still...
Yeah, but I got it better than so many people.
For sure. Who are stuck in their apartment, who are stuck...
Or stuck inside a fucking city going to the club every weekend.
Yeah, the club, man. I don't get it anymore.
I got everybody to approve who I love and who I like to be around.
That's important.
They come when I call. I don't wake up in no cell.
No, you have a beautiful property, man.
Yeah.
You got beautiful animals, you got beautiful children, your wife's here. I mean, you got it made, man.
Hey, we literally could hit that trail and go all the way behind this mountain.
Like, dollars in shipping. It's crazy to see, like, the things that, like, you know, your environment changes you, it teaches you things. Like, for you, like, do you feel like you've kind of adopted?
I need another drink, dude. We're not even halfway through this shit.
Adopted, like, being like an outdoorsman a bit? Because I feel like you got to kind of embrace nature if
I
you're going
want
to
to
be out
really
here.
get into it. Like, I want to learn how to fill my backpack up on my own, go up in the mountains, start a fire, cook something, eat it, come back.
Like, survive.
Yeah.
You ever watch those shows on Netflix where they're naked and they have to survive in the middle of nowhere?
I glanced at them a couple times.
It's intriguing because you'll see how they start fires. You'll see how they'll catch fish. So you might, that might be a nice little side mission for you, just to kind of, you know, hey, we're going to go to the forest for a day.
It's funny how you get super rich and you just want to go back to basics, you know? You just want to go back to, like, have the human survival experience, which every time I watch anything Youngboy related, dude, I get so homesick. Like, I want to just go home to, like, my dad's property and, like, have a fire on his river and camp. And
we're going to camp. We're gonna catch our food.
I had a bobcat jump out on us up there one day.
A bobcat? What happened? Did it run off?
Man, that bitch tried to get to the can now.
I shot at one of them bitches one time, straight up. I was getting stalked by a bobcat. Fucking pow, pow. Popped off like 3 at her. She dipped.
Bitch literally tried to run into it. It was me and Lil Dump.
Did it run off? Did it survive?
Wait, what did he just say?
Look to see.
For you, just to kind of...
Did he do the same thing?
You know, hey, we're going to go to the forest for a day. We're going to camp.
Actually, mine was a cougar. It wasn't a bobcat. It was a cougar.
We're going to catch our food.
I had a bobcat jump out on us up there one day.
A bobcat? What happened? Did it run off?
Man, that bitch tried to get to the can now. That bitch literally tried to run into it. It was me and Lil Dump.
Did it run off? Did it survive?
I even looked to see where it went. All we seen was it covered out the bushes.
I'd be worried about
food.
I'd be worried about bears, bro. Have you seen any bears up here?
Bears are terrifying.
I really think I saw a big print before.
So those bears are the ones, because they'll come in the house to look for food.
I hope that don't never happen.
Have you ever watched that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Revenant, where he gets attacked by a bear from behind and he just gets fucking destroyed?
No.
It made me scared of bears forever.
His social battery is so drained. It's like once you get used to just being alone, man, So like I got out of a 4-year relationship or something like that. And so like the place I'm living in right now is the first place I've ever just lived in by myself because I always had roommates and girlfriends and shit. And then I just started spending time by myself. And after a while, it's like being by yourself is just peaceful. And then you get around people and it's like, they said, you only got like a half hour in you or something. And it's like, all right, I'm ready to get back to my zone.
You know, I'm an animal guy. I would like to pet a bear one day, you
I'm
know?
scared of their speed.
Yeah.
Ain't no getting away from this bitch.
The speed and the force.
Yeah,
Ain't no
speed
getting
and
away,
power.
man.
Man.
Fuck with bears.
Nah, for sure, dude. I just think it's been
fast like a go-kart.
I just think it's been dope, like, you know, to kind of see how you've
Out of all
been
the
able
things,
to
go-kart.
do so much from here. You've done so much since you've gotten out and since you've been in your current situation.
That kind of would make me second guess a lot, though. I was blessed to get a bond and to be able to be put in this position.
For sure.
So I be saying to myself, like, bruh, if I do this up, you know, I'm fucked up. You see how they going about me now? So I'm pretty sure if I do anything, like, just against my probation, that's my ass.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, man. They're
What can his probation possibly be? Because I've seen him. You know what? I'm not going to incriminate
on
him.
top of you, for sure. You're definitely, and that's just got to be stressful. Because at all times, you know, you're kind of under a microscope.
It kind of make you do right.
It forces you to maybe not make certain decisions you would have made. Do you think it works?
Yeah.
Do you feel like once all this is behind you, you're going to the same output we're getting? Is that something that we're going to continue to get? Are you going to tour the country? Your fans haven't seen you live for I don't even know how long. I mean, you got to know if you did a tour right now, it's sold out arenas, 52 dates, if that's even something you would even want to do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you'd be interested in doing? Going and seeing the fans?
A year ago, I ain't want to. If I probably got off house arrest, it probably would have took all the way to this time of life for me to go on stage.
That's deep.
It's hard for me to watch this interview because he's so disinterested in it. So like my ego's kind of like, all right, dude, if you're not in this interview, I don't want to sit here and listen to you talk. But we're going to keep going, boys.
I think that's my cheat code. Staying off the stage.
I don't disagree with you. A lot of artists, they really have, even if they don't want to go on stage, it's you know, this is kind of how you really make money for most artists.
But a lot of artists, they got great ass music, but it ain't gonna go if they don't touch that stage.
Right.
It ain't gonna go if they not on tour.
You have that's why when I said earlier, like you really are, you know, an enigma when you think of the music industry because, like you said, you haven't toured like most artists that are as successful as you are, and you do have kind of like, I think you have a lot of power, man. You have a lot of influence on this industry, period. I don't know a lot of people who were dropping music the way you drop music until you started doing it, you know?
That's because a lot of artists mind fucked. A lot of artists, they don't play the game I play. They worry about numbers. I ain't never gave a fuck about no numbers. I'm part of the food chain. Raw material, the supplier, then the buyer. And that's how all that shit add up like that. That's how when a nigga talk that shit, I can literally whip out a plate. And they got over 100 certifications on that bitch.
So you have
it don't stop there.
100.
It don't stop there.
100 gold and platinum records.
It's like a what place sell food for? Albertsons.
Albertsons, Ralph's,
You walk
Smith's.
in Albertsons, you see all that motherfucking meat inside that freezer. You know damn well all of it ain't being bought, but I could guarantee you it's one person walking in that store at least buying something from each category a day.
Yeah.
And it's gonna add up.
That's the game you're playing.
I can't be fucked with.
I don't disagree. Numbers don't lie.
No.
They do not lie, man.
So you're saying that's why he puts out so much?
Play with. If you pay attention, there's only no more than 5 artists did big numbers this whole year.
This is true.
Hey, and I guarantee you, out of them 5, 3 of them artists' numbers was bought.
I told
think that
you.
a lot of that is starting to get exposed.
I told you.
Fuck it, I ain't going that route.
Yeah, I think a lot of, the stream farms.
Fucking told you guys. Big Daddy Petty knows what he's talking about. God, even though I just almost fell down in a chair.
There's an artist that, my boy from the label, he's working, because I do radio, so he's working this record.
I know man, ain't not one thing scripted about me.
Yeah.
I ain't got no.
Like 6ix9ine's whole career was bought. But anyways, you didn't hear that from me.
From each category a day.
Yeah.
And it's gonna add up.
Then a lot of, the stream farms, I think that a lot of that is starting to get exposed.
Fuck it, I ain't going that route.
Yeah, I think a lot of, the stream farms,
Yeah,
there's an artist that,
yeah.
My boy from the label, he's working, because I do radio, so he's working this record.
I know man, ain't not one thing scripted about me.
Yeah.
I ain't got nobody inside no label. I ain't got Jason telling me to go about something like this.
No, for sure, man.
Ain't shit scripted, so I know. Man, it's just.
Bro, like if you come from the generation that I do, the whole concept of somebody just sitting around in their house rapping into a Guitar Center mic with the engineer on a laptop and then uploading it to the internet and being one of the biggest people in the world, that is so crazy. But so cool, dude. It's so cool to think about. The tech companies suck. We got the blue-haired feminist fucking R-words just running these social media companies, whatever it is. But at the same time, the opportunity, right? There's so much bad about it, but at the same time, the opportunity that anybody can put something out into the world and it could just go is crazy.
Shit's so real. This shit real life reality.
No, I appreciate
the real ones are gonna stick with me. They gonna fuck with me.
For sure. Yeah, I think
all through my flaws, they gonna run with me.
And I think, embracing your flaws, figuring out, kind of understanding what they are.
That's the problem I got with this game today, bro. I'm one of them niggas. I ain't always been a stand-up guy in every situation. Or I ain't always been right.
That's important to admit.
Man, that's with every fucking man.
No, you're right, though. Me being here, you just reached out to me one day. I don't know what interview you saw mine, but you just had asked me, do you enjoy what you do? And it was randomly. You and I have never met. And I just hit you hey, dude, I'd love to talk to you one day. And, we made it happen. So I appreciate you opening up your home to me and, inviting me out to Utah, man. It is cold as hell out here.
Youngboy, if you see this, invite me. We won't talk about you at all. We'll talk about porn or something. I don't know.
I almost ate shit on
Who doesn't want to know what kind of porn Youngboy watches? That's the shit I'm going to ask Youngboy. What do you jerk off to, dude?
I wouldn't call it a snowmobile. It's like a snow scooter.
A moon bike, whatever.
A moon bike. That shit had me fucked up. My legs are really wet right now. For you, man, talk about just
you say your legs wet?
Oh, yeah. My shit's all the way up to here.
All my fucking ass wet, man.
I mean, we are kind of sitting on a freshly clean couch.
Right in that horse. Yeah, and then the couch is clean. That's why we sitting on these.
It's damp, for sure. We're damp right now. We're just in the snow. 100%.
Real talk.
I was going to ask you, man, somebody who I think who is also very anti-industry, but is also very successful right now. And you have such a great chemistry and working relationship. You guys got a couple of songs that I love. Is Rod Wave. He is an amazing guy. He's from St. Pete, which I lived there for a long time.
That's somebody who will forever win in the game. I think he love what he do.
He's so good at it, man.
Rod Wave
I
dope.
think he's so positive and so.
Rod Wave stays on the airplane.
He could feel.
Go watch my Rod Wave reviews. Go watch them shits right now.
That's real. You've been known to do a collab project here or there. Would you guys ever do a whole tape together? Maybe like a little EP or something?
I think that'll be a setback for him.
You think so?
My image fucked up. Like, I think I gotta stay in my own lane.
That's fair. You guys got some great.
Speaking of, bro, I gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm fucking hammered right now. It's 6:45.
Couple great joints together though. How often are you like discovering new artists? Because obviously you have your crew, you have your label, like your artists. But do you listen to much other music outside of your own stuff or your own guys? Like, are you tapped into like?
Not really. I know about a lot of artists though that I think the world don't know about. Well, I'll just say they underground, but I like.
Imagine having this outside your house, just like a mountain covered with snow. Oh, to be rich. Hit the thank you button. Send me $2.
Like Yeet.
You like Yeet?
I was saying like that's like Yeet.
Okay.
Yeet, I don't think Yeet underground no more.
He was, but he's not now.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of more artists like that that's to come.
Yeah, there's like guys like Destroy Lonely and Yeet and.
Yeah, it's lonely hard.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I feel like there's a difference between being like underground because you're not necessarily commercial, but I think once you get to the point where you're getting 1 billion streams, I don't know how underground you could be, you know? Because I think some people still consider you, who are like just generic music fans, they might think that you're kind of like underground.
And that's what's crazy about Youngboy, okay? So one of my buddies, his name's Alexi. Shout out to Alexi. He's like this. He's a little older than me. I think he's like in his 40s. He's this Puerto Rican dude. I met him at my old job. He was a quality inspector. So I'm an aviation mechanic, okay? During the day, like I work on airplanes, okay? And so he was an inspector. And one day we just kind of like bonded over hip hop. It was two like totally different worlds colliding. And I talked to him about Youngboy recently, and he's like, no, I don't really know shit about Youngboy. And I told him, like, yeah, dude, I didn't really know shit about Youngboy either. And he said it was kind of like as soon as you start talking about a car, you start seeing the car everywhere or whatever. And so as soon as somebody commented on one of my videos, you should check out Youngboy. And ever since they said that, I've been seeing Youngboy everywhere. Like I always thought he was underground. I considered him an underground artist, but he's as big as Taylor fucking Swift. And Alexi texted me today and he said, dude, ever since you mentioned Youngboy, I see Youngboy everywhere. So like it's weird how Youngboy's like this underground artist, but he's a fucking mega star. It's this weird ass phenomenon with him. That's why I think he's blackballed by the music industry.
But you're not. You're one of the biggest artists in the world. You know what I mean? So
that's because they live in a different world.
That's true.
They not into nothing like me.
I mean, you are a one-on-one, man. I will say that. I don't think there's any denying that. Does it matter to you, because you said earlier, when the industry says you are that, does the recognition of the quote-unquote industry from where you're at right now, does it even matter at all, even if it's at 1%?
I'm paid. I don't give a fuck, and that's all I want to be. I told you, you gotta learn when the jokes is on you. We ain't nothing but entertainment. And at the end of the day, we're the lowest people on earth because we got an image to keep up. It's hard to be yourself.
It is hard to be yourself.
Man, you know how many niggas be want to come across that bitch and talk crazy about a woman, but
fucking sick of that thing, dude.
Because they know that shit tear that image down, and a lot of people don't like that, so they not gonna speak their mind. And it's a whole lot of different situations like that's different than that. They be eating people up, but they got this shit down packed. They ain't gonna let nothing play with their image, I guess.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get caught up in their image. I think a lot of people get caught up in their social media aesthetic, how they look online. Where it's like, at the end of the day, if you could just unapologetically be yourself at all times, it should work out for you. You know what I'm saying?
Or turn out bad.
Nah, some of you suck.
I mean, it could turn out bad. I mean, like,
'Cause they got so tired they get to starting to feel like, oh, he really a piece of shit. But this nigga ain't got no type of morals or sympathy. But then again, they just don't know, like, he probably one of the most soft-hearted people walking the earth. One of the most giving ever. But all that shit don't matter when their opinion come about.
I think society does a really bad job at judging people because mostly we judge people off their worst moments.
I'm against society.
But think about it, like,
I just know today, like, hurting people ain't the way. It hurt to hurt somebody.
right.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck about that.
Nah, I mean, listen, I think people like to judge people off of their low points in life. You might have one bad night, make one bad decision.
But I'm not, man,
I want a cigarette.
I swear, if it was anything to show you, I want you to.
I want to wear a onesie. Like, one thing you guys don't know about me is I usually wear a fucking, like, one of my, so Youngboy and I have a lot in common as far as fashion, because I usually have a button shirt open with my chest out, and I like wearing jumpsuits. I don't have a jumpsuit like that, though, like a straight up motorcycle jumpsuit, but I wear just like the blue collar fucking like mechanic jumpsuit all the time.
To see all my low points in life.
No, you've been very
I
transparent
want
with
you
that.
And where I'm going with that is I want to wear those. I want to wear I want to wear a jumpsuit and smoke cigarettes with Youngboy.
I wouldn't want you to see shit.
Right. You mentioned you went to rehab recently. Is that something that has you found helpful?
Yeah, I really needed it time. And I met some very cool people. And I was accepted in a way I never was before. So I love that place.
Was it in like a 12-step meeting? Did you do like a 12-step meeting, where you like everyone sits down, everyone shares their thoughts? I've been in some meetings before.
I think they cleared the house out for me as I arrived, just to let me check it out.
I ain't going to no meetings, dude. I'm gonna party forever. I ain't never gonna stop.
Yeah. It's important, man. I think to be self-aware enough to know, hey, I gotta go see somebody. It's important.
I love being high.
I think everyone loves being high.
It's the realest shit ever.
It's just what comes after that.
Yeah, it's just, it's not the time.
Right.
It's not the time at all.
Yeah, I love being high as well, and drunk and all of that stuff. I've been in my own personal, situations, but especially with alcohol, man. Alcohol's a motherfucker, bro. Because you'll be having the best night of your life, and it goes left like that.
Tell me about it.
Man, have you fucked up? Now you gotta go to court.
I love to pop that shit when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I love to
you start drinking. You start.
I love to pop that shit.
When you like.
Literally every bad thing that's ever happened in my life was when I was drunk. Going to jail, drunk. Shit I don't want to talk about on here, drunk. Everything, booze involved.
Bitch, I tell you about yourself. Oh, fuck you.
Would you say everybody's complicated, but a lot of times when we see you online, right, and you're popping your shit, is it like, let's say, not necessarily recently, but would you be like drinking at the time most of the time, or?
No, that's 100% me.
I mean, listen, alcohol brings out the truth.
No, I'm talking about I be sober.
Oh, okay.
Sober.
That's 100% me. I rarely let them catch me.
That's real.
Nah, for real. That 100% me. Fuck you, that's how I'm really feeling. I love you. That's really genuine.
Who are somebody, you've had some big homies in the rap game. Obviously, Birdman, Kevin Gates, go on and on. Shout out to Gates.
I eat that pussy, you heard me?
Who are some people who consistently check in on you and your well-being that aren't necessarily trying to get a feature?
Lord Petty.
Aren't trying to get something from you? Is there anybody at
Rodney Smith.
all in the music industry who
I don't really talk to nobody but Vato or Stunner most of the time. I could tell you about these niggas though. You get your soul hurt. You get your soul hurt meeting somebody and finding out that
it ain't who you think they are?
nah, fuck no. Then a nigga get mad how thorough you is. Bitch ass nigga get to speaking on you like you ain't who you say you is or something.
So Birdman's been pretty consistent, of making sure he...
That's the five.
Yeah. A legend. Obviously, I'm sure you learned a lot from him.
He with anything I'm on.
Dude, I can relate to his energy so much about how just withdrawn he is from it. He's like, I'm just so sick of being... He just wants to be a guy. Like, he just wants to like hang out, He's got Michael Jackson syndrome. And I don't say that derogatory. But he's just like, dude, let's just treat me like a normal person.
Shout out to Birdman, man. How's the, I know you just dropped an album, you just dropped another single. With your current situation, I know you got like a one-of-one type of situation. How long is your deal with Motown, Capitol?
It's Motown.
Because you could burn through it. I feel like you could burn through a record contract in like 3 months if you really wanted to, like a traditional one, obviously.
But that's the problem. Like I'm caught up right now.
Like you're free to do whatever you want, obviously.
Yeah, but I ain't trying to give out shit free, cause I see they ain't trying to take care of me. So everything gotta be counted for, or drop me. And let me show you some shit.
Would you ever consider going fully independent with building an infrastructure and
Do
a team
it.
out where you can just say, I'm gonna do me?
Do it, young boy. Do it.
I'm down for it though. I ain't gonna fail.
You don't need a
Shit.
label, dude. Just do it.
Like one day, maybe. Maybe not currently.
Yeah, hopefully one day, but I want that money, man.
I mean, money's important, man.
Yeah.
I love
that's why
money.
we do what we do, right?
Sometimes that's the only thing, and in some situations that's the only thing that got your back.
I love money.
The money?
Your money.
That's some real shit. Well, listen, man, I appreciate you having me out.
I appreciate you for coming, bro.
I had a great time here, bro.
Look at Kev reading the room, dude. You gotta fuck with Kev. He realized right there, like, all right, dude, it's time.
I think we were supposed to make a song, but we'll do it another time, I guess.
It's
I look forward to just seeing the rest. I mean, look, 2024 is coming. I know you're gonna have a big year. I just appreciate the hospitality, man. I know you don't do a lot of these, so it's a big deal, for me to be up here, to me. So thank you, and man, for sure, bro. It was a fun time.
Come back anytime without the camera.
Yeah, for sure. I'll come back with the camera. Maybe I'll bring my kid with me. You know what I'm saying? We'll hop on the horse.
That's hard, for sure. Go sleigh riding with the dogs.
The sleigh riding.
As weird as it sounds, I thought about this because somebody commented some shit that when I said I want to meet Youngboy, I said, Youngboy keeps his ear to the internet, which is opposite. Like if you're a media personality, it's like keeping ear to the street. They say like Youngboy keeps, so you might meet Youngboy. If I ever met Youngboy, I would show up without 0 cameras. Like I wouldn't want to meet him with any cameras. Like I would just the first time meeting him, I would want it to be no cameras and just see what it's like. Just get to know him as a friend because I don't have friends either, Youngboy, to be honest with you. So meeting you would be an interesting thing.
That sounds fun.
That's what I'm trying to put together right now for my video.
Let me know. I'll pull up, man. I'll bring the kid, no cameras. We'll just have fun.
Bring the grade digging trucks. I got a lot of RC cars.
Yeah, you got the Can-Ams and everything. Yeah, no, for sure. And then I'm gonna bring you an actual grave digger truck,
sure.
A monster truck. It's a monster truck. You know that, right?
My dream is to turn a Rolls Royce truck into a grave digger.
Oh, that'd be fucking crazy. I mean, I'm sure you could just make that happen tomorrow if you want. You just gotta find the guy to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Stay safe. You know, I love to see your growth, man. You know, I think that's something that I've publicly said in interviews. Like, I just love to see when people are self-aware and they grow, because who we are yesterday and who we are today and who we're going to be tomorrow is not who we are today. So, much love, bro. Appreciate you, man.
For sure, man. Thank you.
Young boy.
5.
Can we show some love to our family at Hardin? Man, shout out to Hardin, man.
Great interview. It's been a long ass video, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Deuces. Oof.